Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah.
It's the champs again.
Yeah, we're champs. We're banking these motherfuckers.
Hey, do you like glasses?
Yeah, Moshe do.
I do, because I can't see shit without these glasses. Sometimes I want another pair, and I don't want to go to the store because I'm morbidly obese.
So what do you do?
I go to warbyparker.com to get myself some new glasses. You send them 5 different frames that you want. They send them to you in the mail. You try them on. You go, yes.
Say that again.
Warby Parker.
Right.
You go online. You say, I like this frame, this frame, this frame, 5 of that. Then they send you the frames. You put them on.
In an envelope.
In a box.
Right.
Not just a clanky old envelope. It's a
right.
box with different sections. Put them on. You go, ooh, I have picked these special, adorable glasses. I want these. Send them your prescription. You send them all the frames back, and they send you a brand new pair of glasses that you can see shit with.
Right.
So
they do charge money, though.
Yes, but it's $99. It's
right.
not very much money.
Which, I don't know much about glasses. That's not very much money.
I have paid a lot more than that for the glasses I am currently wearing. So go to warbyparker.com.
Yeah.
/ the champs?
Let's go with the champs. I don't even remember if they do need it. Yeah, they must. We must, right?
Yeah, it's a code, the champs. Put it in.
Yeah.
Neal will right now splice in the information.
The champs.
And that's what it was. We've got some stand-up dates coming up. So listen, if you want to come see me, on New Year's Eve, I will be at the Masonic Auditorium in San Francisco. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm doing Sketchfest. Maybe we're doing a live champs at Sketchfest. We don't know yet. We don't know yet, but it might happen this year.
Felipe, what you got?
What's up? I also own a pair of those glasses, by the way.
All right. Warby Park.
We're back.
This is a week in a row. I mean, we're on schedule now.
Well, let's not assume that we're putting these.
We taped.
We're assuming that we're putting these 7 days apart. We taped them back to back.
We did tape these back to back.
But it's presumptuous to think that we'll have enough to just put them back to back like regular people.
Right, and who knows? Felipe could go first.
Felipe, you don't know what the order's going to be. We did a Roy Wood episode. It was a great episode. Let's see how Felipe comes with it. Gonna be hard to beat the last episode you were here, Felipe.
I mean, that was one of our greatest episodes.
Probably.
Really?
For me... Man. I gotta say the best anecdote we've ever had,
which was peanuts, or was about your Felipe starting comedy.
Felipe starting comedy,
the best story.
You bit someone's head,
ear off.
Ear.
We can't do the story.
No, watching Terminator 2.
Go back and listen to it.
We'll give you a second right now if you're a Champs listener that's newer to the podcast to go stop this episode, go back into our archives and check out the Felipe Esparza
Dust
episode,
that baby off.
number 1, and it'll give you a lot more context for what's happening today. Felipe, how are you, man?
Great, man. I just finished performing at the Ice House in Pasadena last week.
Yeah, you were just showing us pictures of somebody had
somebody
your
shaved
face
their head
in their head.
In my face.
Did that make you uncomfortable?
Shaved your face in their hair.
There was
I gotta say, it was.
I was faded on somebody's face.
It looked really good. I gotta say, it looked really good. We just discussed the levels of fame. That's one level when someone shaves their head. The next level is tattoo, when they get a tattoo of you. And the next level is threaten to kill you. Then the next level is actually kill you.
Actually kill you like Selena.
Yeah, Selena.
That's the John
Lennon
Lennon Selena.
From Pantera, right? He got shot.
Dimebag Darrell got shot on stage while performing.
Wow.
It's not funny.
That you both know who he is.
Yeah.
And that he got shot on stage, that you knew him as Dimebag Darrell. That's real dirtbag shit.
I once Googled died on stage, and there's a lot of great stories of people that have died in the middle of performances. Red Fox died on set of Sanford and Sons or whatever he was.
Yeah, they were filming that show he had.
Yeah, and
it wasn't Sanford and Sons, was it?
Whatever show was, he was like, "I'm not feeling well," and then he walked off of the set, died.
I thought he said this is a big one, and I thought he was joking.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, that's the other one. Was there was a comic?
He called his heart a big dummy. Apparently, he said, "Heart, you big dummy," and then he died.
There was another comic in San Diego State. He was like an old man. He was like a clown, right? And his daughter was in the audience, and he used to do a lot of pratfalls. And so all of a sudden, he just like fell down, and everybody's like, "Oh, Dad!"
Oh, the best one of those is Albert Brooks' father. Albert Brooks and Super Dave are actually brothers. People don't know that. Remember Super Dave?
Yes.
Super Dave and Albert Brooks are brothers.
Yes.
Whoa.
Bob Einstein and Albert
Simpsons.
Einstein. Albert Brooks' real name is Albert Einstein. Their father was a comedian. His name was Park Your Carcass.
Come on.
I swear to God.
He was a black comedian?
Yes.
That's crazy.
His name was Park Your Carcass, and he did a roast. He didn't normally do roasts. Did a roast. Killed harder than he'd ever killed in his entire life. Went back, sat down at the dais, and just fucking died.
I mean, that's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, that's a good way to go. And you know, Albert Brooks was friends with Rob Reiner just growing up. And Carl Reiner, when Albert Brooks was 14, said, Albert Brooks is the funniest person I've ever met in my life. And he was 14.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was at the Hollywood Improv, and this comedian was headlining, sold out the show, and I think his dad, they took his dad out of an emergency.
No.
Yeah, I think it was that guy who sings the average, I'm just an average normal guy.
Who is
Joe
that?
Lavoie. John Lavoie.
Oh, John
John
Lavoie.
Lavoie. Really?
John Lavoie. I think it
Whoa.
was him. And I asked, whose dad is that? He goes, I think it's the guy on stage.
Did they tell him? Probably not, right?
Probably not.
That'd be funny if he was
I never
like,
know what happened to him. I hope he...
oh, well, I'm almost at my closer, so let me
Yeah.
just...
Yeah.
in
Although
conclusion-
knowing comedy, he was probably like, how's the second show selling? My dad, I'm not worried about that. My dad will be fine. How's the next show?
How would you want to die, Felipe?
Huh?
How would you want to die when the time comes?
Probably with a lot of hookers, man.
Yeah.
I gotta say, your girlfriend is. I've known your girlfriend a long time. Used to waitress at the Laugh Factory. Really, really beautiful, like legitimately beautiful, and seems like she's reading right now. She's reading Lawrence Wright's
Going clear.
book about Scientology, a 1,600-page book. Clearly an intelligent girl. Maybe too much more girlfriend than you deserve. Am I wrong?
Why you don't
How did-
ask her, ask him.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like, didn't you guys used to do a lot of drugs together or no?
No, it was me. She never did drugs.
Oh, okay.
It was just me.
Got it.
So you...
And-
I think if she did drugs, we wouldn't be here right now. We'd probably be somewhere locked up. She'd be in civil brand. I'll be in county jail sending her messages through guards.
Did you stop doing drugs?
No, just hardcore drugs, but I still do marijuana. Every once in a while, somebody passes me a pill, and I pass it to somebody else because it ain't for me.
Do you lick it on the way by?
No, I chip it.
Just a little nibble
Little
and then
something.
pass it on?
That was funny, man, because people always say, you want something? They always offer me, like, hardcore drugs. Not really cocaine, but, like, pills now, because that's, like, the hottest thing.
Oh, that's what everybody does
Oh
now,
yeah,
huh?
pills are pills.
Oxycontin, crunch them up,
Did
snort
you
them.
used to fuck with pills?
No, not really. Just when I was living in downtown LA on Second and Main at the Higgins Building.
What is that? Is that
It's
a
on
special
Second and
building?
Main. It's a bad building, man.
Wait, what were you doing there?
Living there
Tell us.
with
how
another comedian.
Oh, you were doing comedy?
Yeah, I was doing comedy, living there. It was like very expensive, but we were managing me and two other comedians.
How much was it?
$1,900 a month, and there were like two of us. Actually, 2.5 because whenever somebody spent the night, we charge them $20.
That's funny.
What, like a lover?
Yeah,
You'd invite a girl over, you'd be like,
You know what's funny,
that was
like-
really nice, but $20, please.
I had just moved there, with the other guy, and right away,
Who was
like,
the other guy?
Some other comic.
Right.
And
Your
right
girlfriend's
away, I
laughing.
figured out, man, like, as soon as I got there, like, it was like home. It was like coming back home because my house is like where I grew up. It's only like 4 blocks away, east, over the river. And, man, we used to party hard in that loft, man. Like, right away, man, I knew where to find drugs.
What
You
do
probably
do?
knew the guys, right?
No, man, right away, I just said,
Oh, all you got to do is whistle, right?
whistle.
What is up with Mexicans and whistling?
I don't know,
He does
man.
a
It's
joke
like
about
secret
that,
code,
and I
man.
do it. Yeah, I've always. That's one of those things. Like that's like a real Mexican thing, right?
Yeah.
It sure is.
It's a Mexican thing, and it's something if you don't know a word, like to explain like how far it is. How far is it? Oh man, stop. You know what I mean?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I get because I know how far that is. It's
Yeah,
like
that
24 miles.
That feels pretty far.
But
yeah.
because you do that joke in your act. That
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, though. I used to date this El Salvadorian girl. She said her dad would gave each of the kids a whistle for their name. So she was Natalie. So she was... And then that's how I would call her when I would... I would become her father.
funny, 'cause-
I became her father.
My dad never called us by our names, and I do a bit about it now because I had lost my passport and all that when I was working with Russell Peters, you know, and I had to get all that back, and I started realizing, you know, the dates of my passport and when I became a legalized person to be here, you know, without getting deported. And I was an illegal immigrant from the moment I got here all the way to 9th grade.
Right.
And I didn't know. Because, you know, my mom never told me. I always thought, like, that's something you got to tell your kids, you know, fuck drugs, fuck joining the gangs, run home, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
You cannot be.
And I didn't know that, you know. Like, it all started coming back to me, you know, how we got here. You know, so my dad never called us by names.
How old were you when you came here?
I was like 5 or 6.
So you remember it?
I was 5. It was crazy because I started thinking back.
That's a crazy question. How is your English not better?
It's crazy, man. Because I grew up with a bunch of people who just speak like me. So if I were hung out with you guys, I probably would have never had an accent because I would just listen to you guys talk. But if I speak to people who talk like me all the time, man, shit, my English could have fucking stayed the same.
But your accent to me is American.
It's an East LA accent.
Yeah, it's real. That's American.
Because when I go read, sometimes they say Mexican. They tell me, okay, slow down, not East LA Mexican.
Yeah.
They say, what do you mean? That's what I mean. You're saying your vowels too long. Like, you know what I mean? All right,
It's like the Margaret Cho story about them being like, can you be less, like, what did they say, be more Asian to her? She's like, but I'm Asian. What do you want out of me?
Yeah.
But then when you go read, they ask you, could you add more chorizo to it?
That's a real quote?
Yeah, Jim Pompa says that. You know, can you add more chorizo to your accent, you know?
What does that mean?
I don't know, man. That's like somebody telling you, what, can you add more kebab?
I used to,
matzo ball?
on Half Baked, the Guillermo Diaz, who played Scarface. He played like the.
He's Puerto Rican.
But yeah, the line is I'm Cuban, but he, I think he's actually Cuban.
Oh.
But I used to jokingly direct him. I go, "Hey, Guillermo, on this one, spick it up." And yeah, now he's on. I think he's on Scandal now. I haven't seen it.
He's on Scandal.
Yeah.
Probably
He's
they're probably not talking to him like that.
That dude's a
Scandal
great
right
actor. He's also an awesome dude. We should actually have him on. He's such an awesome dude.
Yeah, I feel like we only got like 5% of your crazy stories the last time you were here.
Yeah. So talk to us about. Do you have any crazy? You got. I guess Moshe, you stopped doing drugs. I was thinking on the way over here, like you must have stopped doing drugs before. You stopped before you were an adult, so it was never like crazy. It was never like bitches and doing 8 balls.
It was never about girls when I was doing drugs. It was always about like the other fellows that were around. Yeah, I mean, but you got to continue, keep having fun.
When
were there times where you're like, this is too far?
Yeah.
I think like there was a one time like if I would go back to Montebello. I had a room in Montebello, California. And we had the room for 10 years. That became like the spot on Wednesday nights to party.
The comedy spot?
Yeah. And a lot of comics used to go through there like that we begged to go there. Like Sean Wayans, Paul Rodriguez. What's his name? The black dude. He's pretty funny, man. What's his name? Corey Holcomb.
How did she know the name?
Yeah, because
you guys are connected.
Because she knows like which were one of my favorites. You know, and Corey Holcomb. We begged him and he went.
Corey's supposed to do the podcast.
And
he doesn't know what a podcast is, but I'm trying to get him.
Yeah, no, Neal, was it D-Ray?
D-Ray,
Neal texted D-Ray, said, hey, man, you got to come do this podcast. And what did he say?
What's a podcast?
Dude, what's a podcast?
Yeah, what's a podcast?
So, all right, so Montebello.
So we used to go to Montebello, and we used to perform there all the time, and we used to go there with, like, Willie Barcena. He used to be the host when we first started off, and we used to get fucked. Well, I didn't drink before. Like, I used to drive him around. So he would get like really fucking drunk, man. I was like his driver, and he used to crawl. But then he left. You know, he became more popular, so he stopped coming. And I remember there used to be like a lot of Mongols there.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of bikers, Mongols Motorcycle Club.
They're like the rivals of the Hells Angels.
Oh, I don't know.
They're if it's possible, more.
I don't know them when I challenge them to a fight.
I wouldn't do
so
that.
I don't see.
There's a lot
are they
of
Mexican? They're
all Mexican.
Are they?
Depending on where you go, because here in like in California there is a Mexican. San Diego they're white. Portland there's mixture. Then you go to Germany and they're all Lebanese. So
You go to
That's
Germany,
interesting.
all Mexicans. That's how
Then
crazy
it's
deep
so
these guys
crazy
are.
this gang is.
So they're
Yes.
Lebanese Mongols.
Lebanese Mongols. In,
What about in
Germany.
Mongolia? Do they have any?
I don't know, man.
White.
Somebody
They're
should look.
white
They're
Mongols.
white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
From
so
San
wow.
Diego.
This is an upside down motorcycle club.
We didn't even know who they were because I didn't know who they were till like later on when I.
Do they have
when,
jackets or anything?
I didn't. Yeah, but they didn't really show it. But later on, when I watched that, when I was on Last Comic Standing, I was watching Gangland. As I became popular, they were on Gangland. I said, "Oh my God, I know all these guys."
Do you remember the shootout with the Hells Angels in the casino? The notorious shootout where a bunch of Hells Angels and a rival motorcycle gang were shooting at each other in a
What
casino?
year?
I don't know.
It was
90s.
2004
Oh, yeah.
or 2002.
Vaguely.
Anyway,
vaguely,
that was the
vaguely.
Mongols. They were at
Got
war
it.
with the Mongols. So
So I was hanging out right there, you know, and I didn't. It's funny. I didn't know nothing about where to get drugs in that club, but the moment like I got drunk, like I got turned into like a werewolf. You know what I mean? It's like you try to not. You don't want drugs, but you're over there. You can smell them. You know who has it.
For the
People are like you look for people. You know, like somebody has the sniffles. You start asking him, bro, is that really a cold, or do you just did a bump in the bathroom?
man, for the listeners, I wish you could just Google a picture of Felipe and see how much like a werewolf he currently
He
looks.
actually became.
And
It
then-
was like a like their dog. Your dogs are freaking out right now. Your dogs just hit me with that.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Then I met this dude one time, right, on a Wednesday night. You know, his name was Luis, I think. He's Salvadorian, but that doesn't matter because he was just a cool guy. But I know him from another show because him and Willie Barcena, they were at some other club. They were partying. They were getting drunk. And they went to go have sex with some girls, I guess. But the next week, they were making fun of him because somebody stole his watch. And those same girls that stole his watch were back that same week. And they were saying, fuck that fool. We stole his fucking watch. Yeah, he deserved it.
This is Luis.
Yeah, he has a nice watch. You know, I don't know what kind of watch it was.
Did he still have sex with them?
No, after he had sex with them, but they stole his watch.
I like how he fucked them, and they're like, "Fuck you, we got yours." Like that's kind of a
afterwards?
fair.
Yeah.
But they were not like the kind of chicks, you know, like I remember like one of my friends, he wasn't wearing a condom, and he like pretty much he came inside of her, and then she said like, "Oh fool, you nutted me and shit."
Oh, how many times I have experienced
You nutted inside of me and shit, right? So I haven't seen that fool in years. Then I saw him one night, and I said, "Hey man, you want to fucking party?" And I said, "Fuck it, I ain't doing shit for the next 3 days." Yeah. So
That's again. Do you ever get offered coke or drugs?
Not really. At Burning Man, sometimes I'll get
Right.
Mushrooms
like
there.
Yeah, I mean, I got
Acid.
offered. They do coke at Burning Man a lot now.
Oh fuck that! It's too hot to do coke over there.
He's done so much coke. He knows.
I know,
the good,
right, very
the
specific.
good coke weather. Like,
Okay.
no, you got to go down to San Diego. That's good coke weather.
Shit, you buy coke at Burning Man on a fucking third day, that coke's been cut up 10 times,
It's
man.
already half dust.
Shit, the dealer gonna tell you, man, whatever you do, don't drink a Sprite tomorrow.
So Luis,
Yeah, so this guy, man, like, he just started saying, yeah, man, so I went to his house, you know, and then he busted out like a mean-ass 8-ball, a big-ass fucking rock. It was like a powder of cocaine. He just threw it on a table, man, and he just started cutting up lines. You know, it was long fucking lines, man. It wasn't like those little-ass fucking lines. It was like a line, like,
Maybe do like a whistle.
I would say
for how
like
long it
7
was.
inches. 7 inches, man.
Yeah.
And we did that like for a whole day. Actually, for like the third day. On the third day, it was fucking bad, man, because we were taking Xanax at the same time to slow down the heart rate. You know, you got to keep it cool.
And you're not sleeping at all?
No, because that guy's a pharmacist, you know, so he knows how to do it. So you know how much coke to do, and then take a Xanax to slow your heart rate down.
I'm gonna go ahead
And
and
then how
call
much
his
coke- and then how much
pharmacological
coke to do
credentials
to-
into question.
So how much coke to do so that Xanax won't fucking kill you and shit.
And what are you doing?
Slobbering.
Yeah, like are you talking or you're
Slobbering,
just
man. I
fucking-
mean, by the third day, I have a saliva coming down my mouth like 7 feet long.
7 feet.
Yes. And I have fucking, my whole chest is fucking wet.
From
and,
all that saliva.
I mean, it's like I want to go home, but I don't know how to leave no more. For real. I want to leave, but I don't know how. Like I'm still I'm partying, but my brain's already at home, but my body's still here, tearing it up.
And are you talking? Or do you just
We're
do
nodding
drugs
at
and
each
just,
other
like,
this
just
time.
fucking,
Just
like,
whistling.
you're
It's just whistles.
But this is the crazy shit, right? We started on Wednesday, okay? We're talking. This is Sunday, but on Friday and Saturday night, we went to this
Friday, Saturday.
No, like Saturday night, from Wednesday to Saturday,
Okay.
we had to get another 8-ball, you know, 'cause we were out, and I remember they went to go get it, and they cut it up, and there was like 2 nickels in there. Like these fools robbed us. Like instead of giving us the whole
for weight.
8-ball, they gave us 2 nickels, so it wasn't really a full 8-ball. But we didn't care, man. We still done that shit.
What are you gonna not do
What's
it?
an 8-ball cost?
I don't have no idea. I wasn't paying, brother.
I'm a comedian.
I was invited,
Oh, right,
man.
you were funny. You were just being funny.
And then we're playing like card games all night, but it was bad, man. Because like I wanted to go home, my whole body was shaking. I thought I was gonna die, man. This is how bad it got. This guy called a sober friend to help us stop.
He called someone to come in the party and
Yes,
intervene.
kind of like Richard Pryor when he used to call that football player. What's his name?
Jim Brown.
When he used to call Jim Brown to help him stop. Well, this guy called 2 big ass motherfuckers, man, to help us stop, and they fucking cooked food for us, and then they were cleaning the house. And
Were they Mongols too?
no, they were not. They had nothing to do with them. I don't know who they were, but they were his good friends, I guess. And I remember, man, like I don't know, I couldn't remember how to call home. I don't know who's gonna pick me up. I don't know. Fuck. I was thinking about this fool gonna give me a bump to go home. You know.
But you don't know where home is.
I know where home is.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know how to leave.
How long ago was this?
Like if you
It's like you've forgotten more
like
fundamentally.
that's the problem, man. If they continue to bring drugs, I'm gonna fucking keep on fucking doing them,
Oh,
man.
I get what you mean. You feel like you can't stop doing. Not like you've forgotten the concept
Yes.
of leave.
It's like a little kid with a bunch of ice cream, and he's gonna eat it till he fucking craps on his pants.
Yeah.
Which was what I was trying to do, you know, take it to the next level.
That crap
But
pant level.
but it was a fucking those Xanax was what are really fucking me up though. And then like
How long ago was that?
That was like in 2008 probably.
So I knew you then. That's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
you knew me.
But he didn't know you.
I didn't know.
If you had run by
Yeah,
him,
but
he
by
wouldn't have
Monday
known
night
you.
I was back to normal, man. No, but that Sunday night I was so fucked up, man. And like the problem is, and then my girlfriend right here, she don't know where the fuck I was. You know, nobody knew who the fuck I was. My phone's ringing off the hook. I'm not returning nobody's phone call. As far as I know, everybody knows I'm fucking dead somewhere, you know. And that's the hard part, you know, when people worry about you, you know, they're
Yeah.
depending on you. You know, they can't sleep. They got to go to their fucking normal lives.
There are so
but when
many-
you're a fucking drug addict, you don't give a fuck, man, because all you care about your fucking self.
There are so many pathetic single guys listening right now. Like, he had a girlfriend that whole time. I can't
Yeah,
get a
man.
date with somebody. I'm a nice guy.
But it's like a drug addicts, they know how to, like, I don't know if they know how or they do it purposely,
You
but they
know
know
the
how to get a
limits.
codependent, you
Yeah.
know, like,
oh, right.
Is
Or
that what
for-
you guys are on? Are you guys on some codependent shit, do you think?
maybe
back
back then,
then.
no, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure leave my ass. You know, but I don't know, but you know how to use people, man. Like,
Yeah. No,
like
that's
that
what
was
I'm
that
saying.
one.
So you know the limits almost to like the day.
Oh, it's like
You
a
know.
woman that's been in physically abusive relationships. It's like, oh, uncannily, you happen to date yet another physically abusive
Yeah.
man. It's like there's some kind of weird antenna that people find each other that
Yeah.
fit where their deficits are, you know, and they kind of click together in good
yeah.
and in bad.
And drug addicts know how to manipulate
but they
people.
don't do it on
See-
purpose. It probably just your antenna just goes.
Like, yeah, it's like that because, like when I went, like that was just one time I hung out with him, and I don't know where he went after that night.
Louise,
we never
man.
saw each other
No,
again.
I want to hold on. Do you think that drug addicts? Because I would challenge that. I think drug addicts know what they're doing. Do you find yourself going like, I got to get her back? I have to I can't lose her because if I lose her, then I'm fucked up. So I get to act like I really care and I'm really sorry. Or is it even that conscious?
I think without a year sober, my mind is still trying to manipulate things. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna just get back with her. I'm gonna be cool for a while, but then later on when she turns her back, I'm gonna go back and fuck around again. You know, that's the way my mentality is. You know,
Right.
Plus, I'm not a.
So I think it is more like
I'm not
directly manipulative.
Like the difference between me and a guy who's partying and living in the streets, homeless guy, is that he's doing it every day. He needs it every day. Me, I'm a benger, man. Like I'll quit for a week, but when I go back, shit, you might not see me for a month. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then I'll stop again. clean up, and then I disappear, which was happening in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. When I was
9, 10, 11, 12,
2006, I was living in Elysian Valley, Frogtown neighborhood. If you guys know where that is, it's a big town, Frogtown gang. That's where Emilio Rivera from Sons of Anarchy, the leader of the Mayan Motorcycle Club, that's his neighborhood, right? So.
And in the sewers, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gang.
No, that's in funkin' Santa Fe Springs. They're called Cantarranas.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was citing
for reals. Yeah, and so this is crazy, man. Like, this is so fucking crazy. Like I wanted to I don't know where to get drugs. Okay, like for some reason, that one night. At that club, I got crack, from one of the bikers, I guess. But he didn't want to give it to me.
Why?
Did not, because he knows I'm a fiend. I had the devil in my eye. You just
right.
know, I'm giving
I would
this guy
assume
a
most
load.
people who buy crack have something in their eye.
He goes, I give this guy a loaded gun. He goes, are you sure, fool? Are you sure, fool? And I say, yeah, man, I'm good for it. So he gave me $60 worth.
You gave him a gun?
No, $60 worth. But he knew
I got you. It was a loaded gun to you.
Yeah. So and then so I was kicking back and said, where am I gonna fucking smoke this shit? I got no fucking crack pipe. I haven't done this shit in a long ass time. And
I love the morality of the drug dealer. He's like, I can't do this.
And then there was
$60. Here you go.
And then there was fucking this fool there that I used to smoke pot all the time. This Armenian guy. His name is Anthony. He's blind. He used to be a truck driver.
Wait. Before he was blind.
Yeah, he used to be a truck driver, and he's blind now, so he just lives with his mom and collects that pension, baby.
Yeah, you nutted in me.
He nutted in me. See, broke fools don't win fucking lottery. We win settlements, bitch. So that fool living off his fucking settlement, and he's been watching our comedy for the last 3 years.
Not watching it.
Actually listening to it.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, he goes up on stage. So him and I told him, man, you want to go party, dog? He goes, yeah, I want to party. So he never fucking partied before, though. This is fucking crazy. I took this fool to the house, and this fool showed me how to make a crack pipe out of aluminum foil. So we made a fucking prison crack pipe, and we're hitting that shit, dog. This is the funniest shit, man.
You're smoking crack with a blind
The
dude.
blind guy, I was helping him light it. But this is the funniest
You're a
shit.
good guy.
This is the funniest shit, man. When you're on crack, you start getting paranoid and looking out the window.
And
was he doing it?
And this fool just standing there by a wall, man. I felt bad for him, dog. I fucking felt bad for him, man. So I pushed him by the window and I opened the curtain, man.
Oh, just so he could look out paranoidly at the cops that weren't coming like the old days.
Yeah, so he went. So that fool just fucking. He just rubbing his stick everywhere and shit. I felt bad for him, man.
That's kind of heartwarming. That's like the end of a really bad Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, TV movie. It's like, come on over there, cracky. Come on over.
Settle their differences.
Look out on.
I think I let that fool drive though. No, I didn't. No. So we went. We were out. We fucking smoked that shit in 2 hours, and then after that, we were fucking. We were looking on the ground, thinking that we dropped crack cocaine.
You were looking on the ground.
Because that's what happens. He was just telling me, hey, there's something on the ground, my friend. So I started looking. There ain't shit. So we went to fucking. I don't know where to buy more crack. First of all, it's a sad thing. I didn't get his phone number. We didn't exchange no emails, no Twitter names, nothing. So.
Well, he had that facial recognition on his fingers. Like when he touches your face, he would just touch a rock and be like, "Oh, this is good shit." I can tell.
Yeah. So me and the blind guy Anthony, we went to MacArthur Park to go look for more drugs because I know that no matter what, there's always drugs at MacArthur Park.
Mm-hmm. That's on the sign, I think.
Yes. So then somebody told.
Always drugs.
Then I looked around and I started asking random crackheads, any vagrant guy, black dudes, Mexican dudes. Skinny ass white dudes, hipster with no shoes.
Neal Brennan?
That's the whole
Hipsters with no shoes, and they ask, hey, bro, who's working tonight? Then they pointed me to a house, actually an apartment. And that apartment was like fucking New Jack City, dog. We bought some fucking crack, and then there was some guy goes, come into our room. And we looked. There were like 3 guys sleeping on one bed. 1 guy sleeping on the floor. Some mattress on the floor. I said, fuck that, man. I ain't going to share my shit with these guys. So we drove back to my house.
Over there, the Lighthouse for the Blind.
Yeah, we started smoking crack right there in my house.
This is with the blind guy.
With the blind guy. Then we ran out of money. I told him, bro, you got any money, bro? Or what the fuck, eh?
He's like, I don't know.
So he goes,
check my pockets. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I might have a
honestly.
shitload
So
of
this fool,
It could be.
he has his
like
20s.
notes in my pocket. Or, yeah, I'm rich.
This is how much of a crackhead I am and scandalous I get when I'm a fucking crackhead, man. Like, I ran out of money right away, you know, and I don't want to go to no ATM or nowhere. So I asked him, you have any money? And he has his 20s and his $100 and his 5 rolled up a different way. Like the 20 was half bent. So as soon as he showed me that money,
Typical blind
I started
guy
switching on his ass.
Oh, yeah, you unfolded made it into a 20. And then he went back to that MacArthur Park and tried to buy dope. And they're like, get out of here with that one.
I switched a 20 on him, you know, for later, you know, just in case, you know, he leaves. So we went to a place.
That's
where,
the opposite of taking him when he's staring out the window. When he's staring at a wall, that was the opposite of.
That's episode 2.
Yeah, that was like.
So it's funny, man. Like there was this house by my house, that the only black people live in the neighborhood, and it's sad, but it's true. They were the only fucking crackheads in the neighborhood. Like wherever they walked, they brought real estate. Wherever these guys walked, man, they dropped real estate down like a motherfucker, man.
Uh-huh.
Put it this way, man. The drug dealers will tell these guys not to hang out during the day and buy drugs. That's how fucked up they look. So I went to their house, and I would stay there for 3 days in a row. The longest I ever stood there was
the people
5
that
days.
even the drug dealers wouldn't sell to, you would go stay with them for a few days.
This is how we'll do it, man. Like, we had a system of buying drugs. I would do a comedy show, get paid like $200, $300, whatever it was. I would go back to the neighborhood where I lived, right there in Frogtown. I go to his house, and there was this black dude, this chick. Her name was, I forgot her name, but she was a black chick, and it was a black dude. And
Were they black?
And there, we would go there, and I would just take out my money, and goes, man, who wants to fucking get fucked up like a motherfucker for the next 5 days? And he goes, all right. And I already had a nickname for myself, you know, like I can't tell these guys walking around going Felipe Esparza or my name is Felipe.
Right.
So they would call me Batman because that's the name they call me in the neighborhood. You know, Batman. That's Batman from Boyle Heights. Yeah. So I just go as Batman.
Why they call you Batman?
Because I wear Batman underoos every day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, there's a through line, a direct correlation.
I get that.
So this chick, I would get there, man. And she will always braid my hair for some reason. So I'm there, man, because I told her to braid my hair because I don't want the crack to burn my hair or have a fire like Richard Pryor or something. I was paranoid. So she will braid my hair, you know, and I looked like Queen Latifah and set it off.
I think I saw you with braided hair.
Yes.
So you saw him at a bad
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was
getting fucked up.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I'll be smoking crack.
When you would say who wants to get fucked up, I would imagine the crackheads cheering. Like, yeah, I do.
I felt like I was a devil's advocate, man. Because I would send them on missions. You know what? And I would go to the neighborhood on the other side of the river, which is funny because when I was on Last Comic Standing, that gang I was going to, they were on Gangland 2. And I didn't even know how bad they were. It was Drew Street. You know, I didn't even know.
This was the gang you were affiliated with?
No, this is a gang I was buying drugs.
Oh.
Or I was sending them to buy drugs.
You didn't know they were famous?
I didn't know they were famous.
And they didn't know you were famous.
Yeah, what's
They're
crazy?
like, oh, it's that comedian. You're like, oh, it's that gang.
Little Felipe.
But it was, but I would that's how I would do it, man. I would get in my Volvo. I had a Volvo.
Yeah,
and I would park the Volvo in Burger King. And I would take a 10-speed out. And then that black dude will get on a 10-speed and then ride into the neighborhood safely and then come back and we'll put the 10-speed in the car, lock it up, take the crack back. That's why, you know, we won't stand around in the neighborhood too long waiting for the fucking crack. So he could just ride his bike, you know, come back, jump in the car.
Would he ride? I'm picturing him riding really fast.
Fast like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, but he didn't look appropriate that he was on a bicycle because he didn't look like a fitness
Because he was an
dude.
adult.
Yeah.
An adult
Yeah,
crackhead.
man. He looked like Gregory Hines and running scared. That's why you like to call him. Bro, you look like Gregory Hines and running sprung.
Oh, man.
That now, when you're doing drugs like that, would you you would come to the Laugh Factory? I would see you at the Laugh Factory.
No, I wouldn't. I would just do after the show. I would take off.
Right, but I'm saying, and then the next night you're at the Laugh Factory. Would it just be like, I'm getting money for drugs, or was it just like, I like comedy also, or was it like,
I'm a man of many interests.
Yeah,
I like crack cocaine and stand-up
look
comedy.
At these squares? Would you look at people like, look at these square motherfuckers, or would you just be like, I want to get back to drugs? Like, what were you thinking? That's what I always think about, like, whenever you're on drugs, you're like, look at all, especially shrooms. You're like, look at all these people that aren't on shrooms.
No, I'll just stand next to the person who I know is doing drugs.
Got it.
Like somebody with, they're not hard to find, man. Like whenever, like even sometimes when I didn't want to party, when I wanted to party, I would just go to the comedy store. You know, I'd just hang out, man. Anybody going to that house we went to last time?
Yeah.
Because I did a show one time. Like, I did my show in Montebello, and then somebody told me, hey, man, there's this show at 2:30 in the morning in the Valley. If you want to do it, it pays like $60.
I feel like you told us this.
Guaranteed drugs.
Guaranteed drugs.
For sure. Valley, 2:30 in the morning, stand-up comedy show. Someone's doing
outside
coke.
of Studio City.
Yeah. So, man, I said, yeah. So we get there. There's like a LAPD, undercover LAPD checking people. Make sure you don't have no weapons inside. Then
Good sign.
Then you go in the party. There's like video pinball machines. There's fucking like arcade machines. There's chicks everywhere. There's some cool ass dude that owns a house walking around and he's saying hi to everybody. And then, I don't know if I said this the last time, but they had liquid cocaine there.
I don't remember this.
Liquid cocaine. You know those nasal sprays?
Red Bull? No, go ahead.
You know nasal sprays? But it was just water and pure cocaine in it. So when you pass by, you just squirt in your nose. Because sometimes when you do a bump, it gets stuck in your nasal cavity. So then you bust a little water, wash that baby all the way down. So it was perfect. But it was funny because it wasn't out there like, hey, here's the liquid cocaine. You had to find it somewhere.
Oh, it was like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah. And the guy's name was Doug. That's all I know. His name was Doug. And funny.
He might be the greatest human being who ever lived. From what
He's
I
a bad
can tell.
motherfucker, by the way. And the only way to get...
Oh, liquid cocaine, Doug.
And that was the first time... If that was your first time there at this house, the only way to come back is the way for him to text you. Or his assistant will text you. And I was asking around, how do you get text backs, bro? You got to do something nice for him. Like, if you see like an empty pizza box, throw in a trash can. And if he sees you, he gives you a Dougie point.
Everybody's walking around with an empty
For real. He gives you a Dougie. He gives you a Dougie point. So, fuck that. I stood there till 11:30 at night. I'm Mexican. I was vacuuming and shit. I'm fucking vacuuming.
Doug's like, you're getting the text back. Please leave my house.
I'm filling up cocaine bottles, man. I'm doing whatever it takes, man. I'm pretty sure by the end of the night, I have more Dougie points than fucking anybody in the fucking history of the house.
I would do drugs if I could, like, freeze time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would do drugs right now.
If it had no consequence in your life.
Yeah. Like, I don't have it's just it's like, it takes a long time. It's time consuming.
Well, that's what I was thinking when you were telling that story of those 4 days. It's like drug addicts, real deal drug addicts, they're living their lives in a different time area. Like, they're going life, like super life for like 4 days and then crash out for 4 days. No life. And then super life again and then crash out. But the problem is, of course, eventually super life becomes not a super and is mostly just shit.
And I was like, I left that house after all my Dougie points, you know. He got my phone number, you know, and everyone. And I know that I did a good impression because I haven't been there in years. But I heard you always say, man, where's that funny motherfucker with a mo?
Congratulations.
Where's the vacuuming guy?
Yeah, and so that night I had a fucking show at 8, right? So I left there at fucking noon, right? In that house.
So you stay there.
This house
6-8 hours.
This house was built for partying, because no matter where you looked, it felt like it was still daytime.
Yeah,
it had that Vegas feel, you know.
Yeah.
And outside, you know, sometimes you go to a house party and there's people peeing on your lawn.
Yeah.
This guy had urinals. Urinals, bro.
What was he? What sort of?
I have no idea, but he had
You had to guess.
he had a
Drug dealer?
special house just for smoking pot.
That's amazing.
And they had a special jacuzzi just for anybody that wants to be naked. And if your chick's in there, she has to be naked.
I kind of want to meet Doug.
I would love to meet Doug.
Doug, if you're
So,
listening,
I had
maybe it's Douggpound. Maybe that's
Maybe
what he's
it's
been
Doug.
up to.
Yeah, maybe that's
Undercover, huh?
Oh shit!
I remember I had a show that night, and I was like, fuck, it's already noon. And then somebody told me, Felipe, you're going to get some sleep before the show. I said, fuck no, man, just drop me up in fucking Frogtown. So I go back to that house where I fucking get my hair braided.
So you went from like the party palace back to this like horrible
shithole, bro, where there's fucking bed bugs everywhere. People are fucking washing dishes in a fucking shower, bro.
You're like, oh man, I miss Doug.
But see, I will go, like, those guys, like, sometimes, like, I will clean up there. Like, I will take off my clothes. I will come with an extra clean pair of underwear, clean pair of socks, take a shower there, and sometimes, like, it's crazy, man. I will take a shower. Other pots and pans are in the shower because they have no dishwasher. So, man. Fucking, I'm taking a shower. I'm doing them a favor, cleaning one of the pots.
Oh, yeah, because you're still on that Doug point high. You're still
I'm
like,
doing that Doug point high, bro.
Get some Doug. Maybe
Yeah,
Doug's
yeah,
watching.
I'm about to get some horrible
television.
crack couple points.
Now, I'm fucking trying to get free braidings. So,
By the way, I feel like I'm on drugs right now.
yeah.
This fucking couple would always, like, after like the third day, I felt like they were conning me, because I was supplying all the drugs, That's what I'm lying, man. If I was like, just say if Moshe right here, if I just met him and he had just started doing stand-up comedy today. And he was excited about meeting Felipe Esparza. Like, oh my God, you're my idol. I saw you on Que Loco, blah, blah, blah. Sure. Yeah, dog, you want to hang out tonight, bro? You want to party hard? I say, yeah. You ever done coke? One time. Okay, so we're going to do it all night tonight, bro. And then I'll make him drive me around all night.
Brilliant.
Bro, take me here. So we're partying at that house.
You would look at his haircut, see if your face was in the back of his head, and be like, "We're partying, let's go."
And then this fucking couple would start fighting, bro. Like, really, like, slapping each other like Ike and Tina Turner. And I would be like, "Hey, listen, man, you have one more crack. If it's about crack, we'll get more, man.
Is this about crack?
We don't have to kill nobody here, man. Let's just get the party going." Anyways,
you guys
man,
arguing about crack? Hey,
man,
excuse me, I couldn't help it over here.
Man,
you're like the Michael.
And I'm holding my
Highway to Heaven.
I'm right there, like,
smokers.
tweaking, bro. Like, my fucking jaw is moving like a broken typewriter. It's like moving and shit. My mouth looks like fucking what's his name? That puppeteer guy,
Jeff Dunham.
My face look like Jeff Dunham, but with no puppets. You know what I mean? That's how much my mouth is fucking moving, bro.
So no one's laughing.
So I told this crackhead, right? I told him, bro, you gotta take him to the fucking show, man. I ain't gonna make it, man. It pays this much money. We're gonna get more to the party. What's up? So this fool showers up. And this is what pissed me off about some crackheads is they take too much time to do shit. Like, this fool will put on all black jeans, black t-shirt, black hat, black driving gloves. Like, we're going to do a fucking burglary and shit. He's dressed like Kato from fucking the Green Hornet. And then he's driving me, and we get to the party, and the fucking promoter there talking shit and shit. Because he caught me doing a bump in the bathroom. But that was just to make sure the show's right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got to get right.
I was falling asleep in the car. So this fucking dude,
he drove you in his Volvo? Or
yeah,
your
my
Volvo?
Volvo.
And what about the bike? Did he ride the bike to the venue once he...
No, he just had to circle the venue.
The bike was still in the car because we were going to go to the dope spot after.
Oh, got it. All right, good.
But the bike was sticking out of the... So this fucking comedian, man, I think it was that fool Cisco. I don't know his name, man. Loser. This fool is telling me, trying to give me advice. Trying to give me advice, about life. And I told him, bro, listen, motherfucker. I just fucking got a standing ovation. When you could do that with fucking 3 days of no sleeping, then we'll talk, bitch. Give me my fucking money.
Yeah.
But to his credit, can you imagine how unseemly it is? You're a promoter at a comedy show, and Felipe shows up with, like, the worst person in the entire ghetto. Like the person
Yeah.
with the other people. He's just like, yeah, this is my homie. He's just going to be riding this 10-speed in the parking lot. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that doesn't excuse Cisco for trying to give him advice.
No, fuck that loser. Right?
Yeah, fuck him.
Loser.
So when you're doing drugs like that, does it feel... I feel like you love drugs.
Yeah.
But you're sober now.
Yeah, but every day I think about, man, like sometimes, man, like real drug addicts, real like people who do crack, do meth, or do whatever, every day they wake up thinking about that time that they could have got higher, but they didn't.
Wow.
Like, I remember, like, I think about those times when I was smoking crack by myself and to the times where I wasn't smoking crack by myself. Because see, when I was smoking crack by myself, I would just smoke crack till the pipe burned off, you know? But when I was smoking with those crackheads, those motherfuckers were professionals, bro.
They were better than
They
you.
had tools. Like, they had like wires, like to push the Brillo back, you know, to crunch it up. And, you know, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
They were pretty good.
So they were they knew the tricks.
Wait.
What are the tricks, by the way? It's just, what's the crack pipe, the mechanism? It's just like a
First
straight
of all,
glass pipe?
It's sad because there's no way to buy a crack pipe unless you know a fucking crackhead.
Wait, don't they sell them at liquor stores?
No, you can't just say, give me a crack pipe. You got to say, can I have a flower? Mm-hmm. And they give you that little glass tube with a little flower inside.
At liquor stores?
And you go to where the fucking Palmolive is, and you get a copper Brillo pad.
What's the best
You know what I learned? I learned that, and you know what else I learned tonight? Who's working tonight? That's the way. When you ask those guys, that's how you
who's
find out
working tonight?
who's got drugs.
What's
who's
the
working
best
tonight.
feeling high of all the drugs?
I don't know, man.
What's your favorite?
I would say that crack, man.
Really? That's the best one?
How does
have you
getting
ever
a
done
standing
heroin?
ovation compare to crack?
A real comedian's question.
Yeah.
Better, man.
Crack is better?
No, the standing ovation feels better, man.
Come on.
Got
But
it.
I've got a standing ovation. Then
They're
when
hard to get, though.
I don't understand because I've got a standing ovation. Then when
Right,
then,
you
then-
can't just say who's working
I got
tonight.
it. I got a standing ovations. Then and got so overwhelmed that I started crying, and then I went to go look for coke. So I wouldn't
Yeah, well,
understand.
that's what I mean. Like, are you trying? You're not really chasing
Like in
that high.
Amsterdam. When I was in Amsterdam, I did a show called Raymond is Lot. He's like the letterman of
Right.
fucking of Dutchland. And I got a standing ovation. I was so damn
Pretty sure it's
happy.
not called Dutchland.
Deutschland, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's Deutschland.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I was there, with somebody, you know, and
You got a standing ovation on the show?
yeah, and I was so happy. And then like there was people like wanted to smoke me out. You know, I was so happy. And then all I wanted to do was get higher, man.
Yeah.
So even in Rotterdam, I found a crack house, man. I was over there.
How did you find it?
I asked somebody.
Same black couple was there.
Actually, you're right. I got into a fight with the person I was with at the time, and then started walking, and I walked into a bar, and there was a bunch of black dudes there, and it felt like I was in South Central.
This is
Great.
horrifying.
And I started walking further, and I met like some other dude. Then I ended up in some house, and that guy was cooking crack in front of me. And
Great.
I smoked heroin for the first time.
Can you imagine how much
Whoa,
crack
whoa,
there
whoa,
is
whoa.
in Africa? I mean, if all you have to do is look for the black people in the
It
neighborhood.
must be crazy.
There must be so
He
much
just smoked. He
crack.
just said that he smoked heroin for the first
Oh,
time.
I'm not. I haven't forgotten that.
And you're over here trying to do
trying to do a
bits.
bit.
This fucking guy.
Please tell us more.
All right, what was that? And is that better than? Well, the first time you smoke heroin, it doesn't really work, right? You throw up,
Until you throw up.
and
I
then
thought that was shooting heroin. Smoking it too?
Yeah, you get nauseous. I couldn't really feel it because I was really cracked out that day. But
That's
it was
a shame.
They
It's a
cooked
real
it.
shame.
They cook it different in Rotterdam. It was not. It was like not as good, but it was good because they cooked it with
cinnamon.
no with some kind of
Dutch
what is
cocoa?
that? Some kind of nasty shit, man. I forgot the name of it, man. Like some lighter fluid shit. I don't know.
Butane.
Butane.
That's what they're making.
Ammonia.
Oh
There you
boy,
go.
Ammonia.
they're making dabs or whatever, like hash wax out of butane now.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Like kids are like home chemisting, like hyper concentrated hash oils and things, and they're I saw this like super alarmist news special on it the other day. Like the news was like, if you find a strainer in your son's bedroom, he's making hash dabs. Beware, parents.
Do you hear these stories and want to do drugs?
Well, what you're talking about doesn't make me want to do that doesn't make, because you're really talking about like being on an addictive run, and that's scary.
Yeah, the binge is scary because you don't know when you're gonna die.
Yeah, you just go. You're not in control anymore. You're not driving anymore. It's like you step out of the driver's seat of your own body and sit in the passenger seat, and the disease drives. But when I hear stories of psychedelics, 100% of the time, it makes me want to do it.
Right.
Then after I lost my car, that crackhead fucking crashed my fucking car. Can you believe
Volvo?
That? The Volvo.
Fuck. He's got a lot of nerve.
This
at least you had this
fool went on a mission, right, to deliver something and come back, and some fucking loser fucking drunk driver hit his ass, right?
Cisco, probably.
Yeah. That dude was probably on drinking Cisco. This fool totaled my car, right? But you know what I was worried about? More than the fucking car, more than the fucking house, do you still have the drugs on you?
Well, that's exactly
and he
right.
did.
That's the thing about addiction, is that the thing about drug addiction is that it's a sensation you can always have right now. So even though your car has been destroyed, that's a thing that's going to have consequences like
eventually,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now, if I smoke the crack now, if I drink the booze now, I will change the way I feel.
And it is that thing about like, it is that weird time warp thing.
Right.
Where you're just like, if I'm in drug world, so it doesn't even, I don't age.
No, man. It's like when I go back to be calling myself my alter ego Batman, it's like I become this person that is so fucking street smart, like know how to manipulate people, like know how to use people, like I know how to get a drug addict, a drug addict who wants crack, who doesn't have money to buy it. I know how to get him to do my bidding. I know
naturally
I could get memory thing. Like I can get him to drive me around. I could get him to clean my car.
Because if you were to go do that right now, Neal,
could you explain it?
How?
Or it's just like, could you explain to me how? Like, could you explain your technique, or is it just one?
It's just because I know what he wants. He wants drugs.
So what do you do? You just carrot it?
No, I don't carrot him, and I say, hey man, hey bro, we're gonna get some crack right now, man. I'll give you some. You find me some. So this fool fucking run like Speedy Gonzalez, bro, and come back with a drug dealer.
Right.
But see, when I used to party, when I was living in that Frogtown neighborhood, I used to buy drugs across the river because I was living by the Alley River, and my friends who lived around there who were comedians, they saw me one time and they had a nickname for me, and I thought that was fucked up, but it's kind of funny now. And they would tell me, "Where's fucking Felipe at?" I don't know, bro. He's over there fucking river dancing. And it's funny, like after we didn't have no car, I had to go get drugs on my own now, on a 10-speed now. And I used to buy drugs from this 62-year-old lady. All the time, I thought they were buying drugs from this big-time drug dealer with fucking gold chains. Oh, hell no, man. It's this 60-year-old fucking Mexican woman who looks like she's babysitting somebody's kids.
That's crazy.
She looks like she's fucking making tortillas on the fucking side of the fucking road.
But she's making crack tortillas.
She has a fucking medicine, a quarter-size medicine jar full of fucking crack. And they call her La Señora, the missus in Spanish. And dude, it blew my mind. Like, I became like her best fucking customer. Like, I will bring her sometimes to get extra crack. I will bring her potato chips.
She sounds like a real hard ass.
Dude, she was just this lady, and like she will work from 10 to 10, only 12 hours.
Crazy.
And it was sometimes I will wait. I will wait.
All she had to do is sit in her house, make tortillas, and get potato chips.
I will
wait.
But
that's still a long time to have fucking to deal with crackheads
That's
for
true.
12 hours.
And nobody fucked with her. Like nobody assaulted her.
Because you assume she must have.
Nobody
some muscle.
robbed her. You
Yeah.
know, and like sometimes when she wasn't working, there'll be another guy named Cuba. There's some old 70-year-old, 68-year-old
That's
fucking
Spanish.
Cuban guy. and he'll fucking set up with a tent inside the LA River, and you just stick your money out, like $20
into the tent,
and he takes out the crack.
You know, on Halloween, people would come back with just stumps, no crack. Thank you. Come on, fuck you, Neal.
No, I didn't. I hadn't judged. I hadn't started.
It's like an urban legend.
By the time you told me to fuck off, I hadn't even gotten to judging it yet. That's in the LA River.
In the LA River,
like down the ramp,
because it's not
right there on. I would say right there on fucking Hyperion and Glendale Avenue. That river right there.
So if you, hey, listen, guys, if you're out there,
how do you get down?
If you're listening,
there's a path. There's a path that crackheads knew.
The crackhead path.
Yeah. You go to the side, and like it's funny, like, dude, this is crazy. Like, she would be hitting in the bushes by the fucking LA River off the off ramp, La Señora.
The missus?
And then I would hop in the freeway. Okay, I will hop in the freeway, pull to the side of the freeway, pretend my car broke down, go through this open fence.
Would you go through the whole thing where you open the
through the open
and go like, what son of a bitch?
Go through this open fence, and then the fucking old lady will be there, and I tell her, give me like $60 worth of crack. Then I hop back in my car, and we'll go back to fucking the neighborhood. And
you're looking around. It's fixed, everybody.
It's a miracle.
I fucking missed my flight one time because of partying too much. Of course, I had a show in Houston. And I ran into some fucking kid, like some regular white kid. You know, he was coming from South America. He's never been to Los Angeles. Him and I hit it off because I was getting fucked up at the bar. And I told him, listen, man, our next flight's in 4 hours, man. If you want to see Los Angeles, bro, my friend has my Volvo. He'll fucking pick us up right now, bro. We'll get the party started, man, like soldiers.
I got a 10-speed tandem. You jump on the back.
So this fool, he said like soldiers.
So this fool jumped in the car, man. We went to the river. We went to go fucking river dance, man.
Like soldiers.
We went to go river dance. We bought some crack. Went back to my apartment. Fucking finished it all off. This kid has never smoked crack in his life.
So this is L.A.? It's just your apartment?
This is L.A. This is a version of L.A. Hooking up with a long-haired comedian and smoking crack for the first time.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
He'll never forget that. And that was like a soldier.
He was like a soldier, bro. He didn't give a fuck.
I want to do drugs now.
No, you
I want to do crack cocaine.
No.
My adrenaline is going from because it just reminds me.
My
of
heart is
doing
racing
shrooms.
right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's like doing shrooms or something. Like it's just that like drug thing of like we're gonna get more drugs and just fucking drug world.
Well, perhaps we should discuss the negative consequences of your drug use.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's just as interesting.
Like I never really missed the show unless it paid like
forget it
under $50.
Yeah, then
Then I really care.
Right.
Yeah.
But I destroyed a couple of hotels in Houston where I was banned for. I was banned actually to One Last Comic Standing.
And then they were like, "We can't ban this guy. He's a champion."
Yeah, man. I caused like a lot of damages in Aspen. I pissed off fucking David Brenner.
Go. Do tell.
Dude, David Brenner was on Howard Stern, and he has never heard of fucking Mitch Hedberg before. So his son told him, and he said, man, this guy should be famous. And his dad told him, well, he's dead, Dad. Oh, fuck. So David Brenner decided to find a couple of comics that he thinks should get some notoriety.
Right.
So he got me, Kevin Shea, and Billy D. Washington.
Right.
I think that comedian Billy D. Washington and another comedian. I forget who it was. So we're fucking in Aspen hanging out with David Brenner. He's telling us fucking road stories about him choking Robert Williams at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
All that shit. Fuck that, man. Aspen was fucking boring, bro. So I'm in Aspen, you know.
You guys are going to do a show?
We did a show. We killed it. Got paid. Kevin Shea took off.
Drank scotch. Kevin Shea. Drinking problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We should have him on.
Scotch dancer.
Yeah.
So we're fucking drinking, and dude, I spotted a Mexican inside the bar, bro. I thought I was the only one. I spotted this motherfucker like seconds, bro, and he didn't speak no English, so it was perfect. So right away, man, I looked at him and I asked him, "Tienes coca?" In Spanish, "Do you have coke?" And that motherfucker had it, bro. So I fucking kidnapped him, bro.
So basically, you just travel around the country looking for people, minorities, and asking them for cocaine?
Not always minorities, man. Sometimes, man, like, you get that cool little white dude, man, with the right kind of meth.
Now, all right, Jesus. We didn't even do meth stories. Now, how can I tell if a Mexican has coke or not?
You got to have that knowledge that Felipe has.
Yeah, but he didn't know. Did you think he had coke when you saw him?
Yeah.
You did?
I don't know. I'm thinking, man, this guy by the bar. It's a fucking weekday. What the hell he's doing here? He's probably looking for chicks. They want to do coke. Right. He has it.
Got it.
So he has it. So I told him, man, let's go to my room, man. It's over here. So we go and
this is at a nice hotel.
Fuck yeah, man! It's in Aspen.
Yeah,
and there's no more alcohol, which is sad. So if we wanted alcohol, so I told the front desk. He wasn't even there. The front desk, hey man, is there any way we could get some alcohol? He goes, please. And then he said, no man, but go to the kitchen. It's open. Get whatever you want. So man, I got like 4 bottles of wine.
Yeah,
fuck it,
It's Aspen.
That sounds amazing.
So the first bottle of wine, I opened it and it spilled all over everywhere, man. So I had no corkscrew. So
red wine,
it fucking red wine, bro. It fucking spilled all over the place. It looked like fucking.
Because you were just.
It was a lot of blood, man. It looked like the OJ trial, a lot of blood. It looked like red wine everywhere, man.
Had you started doing coke already?
No.
And there's like an immigrant in your room just sort of looking at this splash.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure he was probably legal. I don't know how he made it to Aspen, but if you made it that far, you could stay. So this fool, we're hitting bumps, man. Me and this little Mexican fool. But then this fool gets all fucking horny, bro.
And?
This fool gets all fucking horny, dog. He keeps asking me, when is that fucking white chick gonna come back? And I'm fucking talking about, like, after a while, I get tired of that. I said, what fucking chick? What the fuck you talking about, bro? There ain't no fucking chicks here. I hope you're talking about me, man. But you got another bump? He thought that Kevin Shea was gonna join us somehow.
That's who the white chick was?
No, he had a date, actually.
He
brought a date to Aspen. So he really thought that fucking Kevin Shea was gonna show up, bro,
and bring his girl.
So I said,
"That's so cokey. Like when that girl gets here, we're gonna fight." It's like, no, you're not.
You don't know her.
This is before.
You're an immigrant.
With Kevin Shea. You're not even English, bro.
This fool wants stories to tell, bro. He don't give a fuck how she looks. To him, it's Pamela Anderson. And so this fool, right? This fool wants to fucking get down, dog. So I'm like, fuck him. So I told that fool, man, give you $100, man, if you fucking stay and do more coke, because I'm gonna do all his fucking coke, right? So I cut my 100 in half, and I told him, here, bro, you fucking hang out for another hour and a half and do more coke. I'll give you the fucking other 100. So he said, all right, So after a while, so we started doing more coke. This fool, he was looking at me weird, bro. After a while, bro, like, fuck it. Kevin Shea bringing that fucking white chick. I'm about to fuck Felipe Esparza and shit, right? So he's giving me that look, like the kind of look that if somebody were to give you instead of a fucking cell, you probably jam your foot up his ass, and he might like it. So he was getting friendly, like sitting close. Like, seriously, man? So I'm thinking, man, like, this fool better have more coke first, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll give him a little hug, but, we're going to do the fucking coke, that's the bottom line. So this fool, like, comes a little close, then, like, and I fucking freak out, man. Like, I really freaked out, like scared his ass. Like, I fucking busted a bottle open of wine and shit. I broke it and shit.
One.
But this one I broke it by the fireplace. Took me 2 ties. So I said, what's up, motherfucker, man? I ain't gay, motherfucker, man. But if you don't fucking put that coke on the fucking table, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker.
So, Felipe, are you still vegan?
So this fool gets all crazy, dog. So I told him. So he left like a little bit, and then he fucking ran off. And then I got like all sad, like, oh, I fucked up. I lost my only friend. Eh? So I said, fuck, I fucking chased him, man, like in the snow. Like I was
Like
wearing
in The Shining?
Yeah, I only had like my underwear on and my tennis shoes, and I was chasing him. And I said, "Come back!" I was only kidding, man. That chick's coming, actually. You know, I was lying to him. Hey, Kevin Shane's girlfriend's coming, big dog. So I can't believe I chased him. So fuck, bro. He fucking took off, and then I'm there, man, with my fucking underwear. And fucking no t-shirt. I don't know how to get back, So I just followed like wine. Because I'd spill wine because I was chasing him with my wine bottle. That's probably why he didn't come back. He probably thought I would have break it in his head.
So he got away.
He got away, man.
But you find your way back like
David Brenner got mad about that?
This is funny, man, because I still had like my jacket and my wallet. And I was going back. I saw a supermarket that was fucking opening. They opened at 7, so fuck it. I knew that the alcohol law, you could buy alcohol after 6, except in Texas, it's afternoon on Sundays because it's dry county. So I went to the market, dude, with no t-shirt. And I'm there, man. Like, I'm trying to act calm. I'm calm, you know. My mouth is moving, bro, like fucking Jeff Dunham with no puppets. You know, I'm fiending, bro. And then everybody looking at him all weird. I have long hair, no beard though, so I don't look that crazy. But like, I have wine all over my shorts, and I think I have my hand was bleeding because when I broke the bottle, you know, a little blood. Actually, a little bit of whatever. And that lady was just crazy. But I was trying to act calm, you know, with a 12-pack of beer going.
You had
money? Man, it's a beautiful day, man. Yeah, I still have the other half of that 100. You know, and that food took off with the other half, so it probably worth shit now. Mm-hmm. It's like, I was going to tape it to $1 and give it to her, but nah. So I pay my money, and then I'll walk back to the place, started fucking finishing on my fucking whatever I had, and my flight was at 2 p.m., man. I fucked up and fell asleep. Got up at fucking noon, and I just packed up whatever I had. And there was I had no cabs, man. So I had to run to meet a cab. And I didn't even care about how the fucking hotel room looked, dude. I didn't even know how it looked. But the promoter, he was talking shit about me to my manager at the time, Pat Buckles. She had to fucking clean everything up. They still had my check. So the hotel room was like, I don't know how much damages it cost. But being a true comedian and responsible that I am, I didn't miss my flight.
Yeah.
Never have missed a flight.
Or a show.
Or audition, baby. I made it there, you know, even if it was even half asleep. But I was there, man, like a soldier. I think if I didn't love comedy this much, I would have probably been living the streets, you know, and
definitely
hanging out.
There's no doubt.
Robbing comedians at the end of shows.
Yeah, you'd be the Mexican version of the black couple.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would.
You're talented, and that's your luck. Yeah, man. That was like a podcast we just. So
David Brenner found out later on, you know, about what happened, and like. You know, we haven't seen each other, you know, but if I see him, I'm going to apologize, of course. But he said, and it was funny because David Brenner said to the promoter, you know what? I think he had a lot of fun in Aspen. He didn't give a fuck. He said, you know, he's a true comedian.
Yeah.
Had a killer show, fucked up the hotel, made it to the flight on time.
Yeah.
You know, what else could go wrong? You know, the show must go on. It's when you start missing shows and start fucking backstabbing other comics when you're bad, you know?
Like so
Cisco?
funny, though. Yeah,
Fuck
if you
that,
become
dude.
like Cisco, that loser.
Loser, bro.
So funny, though. It's like the rock star, you know, does a big rock and roll show and, like, goes back to the hotel, does coke with a bunch of chicks and fucks the hotel room up. But the comedian goes back with, like, a Mexican-American illegal immigrant. And
he wants another chick.
Yeah, who wants, like, Kevin. Yeah.
Dude, that was.
Kevin Shays' girl.
Hey, man. You're like a podcast. All we got to do is invite you over.
I'll be here, bro.
All right. Felipe Esparza, ladies and gentlemen. Go
I'll
to
be
Funny
in
Felipe.
Portland, ladies and gentlemen, at Helium, 2 weeks after Neal Brennan.
Yeah. Go to funnyfelipe.com.
funnyfelipe.com,
And at
FelipeWorld.com. Also, man, besides all that, man, I do good things too, man.
Yeah, you're one of the best dudes around. That's what's so great. You really are Felipe and Batman.
Felipe and Batman, bro. It's
Go
funny,
see Felipe
man.
on stage, and afterwards, if he's in a bad place, meet Batman.
Meet him at the LA River, bro. I'll be river dancing. Looking for an old lady with a schmuck.
The La Senora.
La Senora, bro. Who's working tonight?